You are listening to the award-winning... There we go. You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Just a quick disclaimer. The thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. So nice. Okay, got it. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm scared to touch the mic because it's gonna fall off again. And that is, got it. That is Oat Milk by DJ Double Dip, which is streaming on SoundCloud.
Yes, very good. On his latest release, came out last month, Contrafacts.
Yeah, it's very good, very relaxing. I love it.
I do think it's interesting, though, how the person in the control booth over there, being you today, is also the person who needs to remind the person over here on my side today to turn on the audio.
You know,
that's just part of the job.
It's part of sitting there, really.
Well, no, right. You
what?
Sitting there have to remind me to turn it on.
Yeah, it's right. It's you sit there and you immediately forget to press the red button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to put that in the manual when we write up the instructions on how to do this, and make sure it's like, okay, it's the person in the control booth to remind the guest booth person to hit that button.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep. All right, so let's jump right into it.
All right.
Look at me taking control.
Yes, you are.
All right, so I honestly did not watch a lot of stuff this past week because it was finals. So,
why?
Yeah, so I was studying and stressing and, you know, all the final fun stuff. But I did rewatch a lot of stuff, a lot of my comfort shows, to go to bed to. So I rewatched a bunch of episodes of Jessica Jones because I love Jessica Jones so much. Most people probably would not see that as a comfort show, and I completely understand why, because it's crazy, but I love it. I also rewatched some of Private Practice, which is such an emotionally draining show.
Speaking of Private Practice, we haven't seen her in a while. She's gone.
I know, and I'm so sad.
That is sad.
Addison. I also rewatched some episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, which is always so random, and I love it. Have you seen Olaf Presents on Disney Plus?
No.
Okay, you have to watch this.
All right, let me...
Write it down, Chris. It's basically, if you've seen Frozen 2, please tell me you've seen Frozen 2.
I've seen Frozen.
Chris, Frozen 2 is the best movie ever, and I realize that I am like 5 years old, but it is so good. If you think Frozen's good, watch Frozen 2.
I'm just excited that you're going to be excited I've seen Hawkeye, okay?
I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of you for that. But Frozen 2.
All right, also on my list, Frozen 2.
On your list, you have to watch it. Basically, Olaf the snowman, goes into...
That I knew. I knew
okay.
Olaf was a snowman.
Good. That's
I even know the actor who plays Olaf, so I've got all that.
Josh
I know
Gash.
what he looks like. Yes.
Yeah, I know what he looks like. Yeah, that's all that counts. He, in the movie Frozen 2, he basically goes on this, he tells these people the story of Frozen 1 to kind of catch them up on where they've been, but his storytelling is so funny. And they just released on Disney Plus him telling other Disney movie stories, and it is so funny. I've watched it like 3 times.
I could get into that. That would be good.
So funny. So funny. They need to release more episodes of it because it's really good. But yeah, what have you been watching?
Well, as I just mentioned, in fact, I have a long story for you on this.
Uh-oh.
So I did start watching Hawkeye.
Yes.
I've seen through episode 4.
Okay.
I was told by a friend not to watch episode 5 until I watch Black Widow first.
You haven't?
I'm on the train, okay? You gotta give me a minute here. I am on the train.
Chris, Black Widow, like Natasha Romanoff, is my favorite. So I waited over a year, well, longer than a year, but like forever for the Black Widow movie because it kept getting delayed. You have to watch it. I haven't seen the episode 5 either because we've been busy, but because we watch it as a family, and I'm real close. Sorry if they're watching, but I'm real close to watch it without you. I almost did it, but because I got spoilers, and I'm like, no. But yeah, you need to watch Black Widow. Add it to the list.
No, I will be watching it this week so that I can watch episode 5 of Hawkeye.
Good.
Because I'm really getting into Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I even noticed, so one of the things I noticed is, what's his name? Jeremy
Renner.
His fingers are horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do they edit that? Do they make it look like that?
Nope.
But he rebuilds homes.
Yeah.
Like he actually does construction. So, but his hands do look like an archer's.
They do.
Because of how horrible they look. I've also was looking at him going, you know, in terms of an Avenger in Hollywood, he's kind of like a 4. Like, if you did his looks on a 1 to 10, and I'm talking Avengers look, don't give me, I'm not talking real life.
I love that you're bringing this up.
Which I think is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing because everyone, like, when you're dealing with, you know, Hemsworths and Robert Downey Jr., like, they're all
Scarlett
8,
Johansson.
They're 8, 9, 10s, where he's like an Avenger 4.
Yeah.
I'm not talking real life, please note that, like, but which I like.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You know.
He's very real. He gets made fun of all the time for not bringing enough arrows, which I don't know if you've noticed. And there was actually an SNL skit that Jeremy Renner was in, and they were like, "Hawkeye, you're useless," and he's like, "Yeah, I ran out of arrows." Like, it's so funny.
Which
so
I've
funny
noticed in the series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before next week, I will watch Black Widow, and I don't know if I'll be up to date on Hawkeye, but I'll watch episode 5 for sure. And I also watched a documentary called The Wrecking Crew. We'll get into that more, though, in the next segment, which was really good. I highly recommend it. It is about the musicians who used to be the session players for a lot of the acts in the 60s and the 70s.
Okay.
And it's on HBO Max if you're looking for it, because it used to be somewhere else, then it used to be somewhere else. It is a rabbit hole trying to find out what shows are. I actually wanted to bring up a couple things, not that I watched, but that I'm excited about.
Oh.
So, Cardinal, which is a show on Hulu.
Okay.
I finished season 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4 has been available for months on Canadian TV.
Okay.
It will be available December 24th. So all of series 4 is available on the 24th. So yay for all the Cardinal fans out there. And that's with Billy Campbell, and he's really good. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
The Witcher starts tomorrow, 2 a.m. It's on Netflix.
Yes. Has that been going on for a while?
The Witcher, I think it's been 1 season. Season 2 is tomorrow.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking about something else.
He's what's his name? Harvey Keitel, the Superman.
Oh. Yeah, I'm thinking about something else.
Okay, yeah, The Witcher, he has blonde, he has like white, gray hair.
Is it kind of sci-fi?
Yeah, because he has all these weird powers.
Okay, so then maybe I don't know what I'm thinking about.
But that starts tomorrow, so that's exciting.
Okay.
Emily in Paris, which I I Love to Hate.
Yes.
Starts in the next month.
All right.
Leading us up to
Oh.
Killing Eve, 73 days. Woo!
Oh my God, 73 days. I need to put a countdown on my phone for that. I'm so excited.
Yeah, they posted yesterday on Twitter, like, there's something coming tomorrow. And then I was like, what is it? What is it? And it's 73 days. In 73 days, we will have it.
I really need that in my life right now, so I'm very excited for that.
I know, me too. Like,
so good.
I cannot wait.
So good.
And you're the clock person now over there.
Oh.
I'm forgetting, like.
And I'm terrible with time management. Look at how this is going. All right. I said I would work on not saying It's clearly going very well for me.
It's hard for everybody. I say all right all the time, which you just said too. Like, that's my transition.
I almost said all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, I almost was like, oh, all right. Yeah, I get it. All right. No. That was totally... no. Okay.
Oh, and before you go to messages, we are live on YouTube right now. So if you want to chat with us, head over to Harper Radio Live. And we will chat. Well, I'll chat because, Nina normally has that. And I get to... I want to see if anyone will chat with me.
Yeah, go chat with Chris. It's... if you go on YouTube and you search Harper Radio, we will come up as live. All right. We're going to go into some PSAs and promos. Please stay tuned for more Streaming Verse.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is Seth from South Loathing, and you're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, coming at you from Harper College in Palatine, Illinois. Nice place. I know. I've been there.
It is racing. I have the jitters. I can't even sit still. But I feel amazing. Hyped on coffee. Have you been hyped on coffee? It gets you up in the morning.
All right. We are back with Streaming Verse. Real quick, you are listening, we're not. You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Okay, up next we're going to talk about... I don't know how to word this, so it's not going to be...
Do you want me to word it?
Can you word it? Yeah.
We are going to talk about how people can experience deep emotional connections to people they've never met through media.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, and this came about from my experience recently with the Monkees, which I probably talked about every single show.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can start this one off.
So if you listened last Thursday, we were talking about concert movies that we watch, and
Mm-hmm.
I had talked about how I've been watching more YouTube and watching concerts of the Monkees on YouTube. And one of the ones I watched was when Michael Nesmith joined the tour in the 80s, and they met all at the Greek, which was
Yes.
also the very last concert that they played in this tour.
Mm-hmm.
Was at the Greek. And unfortunately, on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
we found out that Michael Nesmith passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, December 10th, and he was 78 years old. He was going to be 79 December 30th.
Oh.
And I am a wreck. Like, I was off Friday from work. I saw the message,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know what to do. And
Mhm.
I started crying all the time, like throughout the day. Like, I was supposed to go see a movie, and I'm like, do I even go see this movie? Because I don't know if I can focus. It was probably the
Mhm.
best thing to do instead
Right.
of thinking about it. But what really got to me, I think it got to me more than it would have otherwise. Because when Peter Tork, who was also a Monkey, passed away,
Mm-hmm.
I was sad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've liked the Monkees since I was 10. So
Right.
they've been with me most of my life. But it
Mhm.
was sad. But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And even though I knew Mike obviously was frail because having seen him in concert, I
Mm-hmm.
saw that, that he was frail and things like that. But in the past month, one, all year I looked forward to a concert.
Yes.
Two, I saw them in concert less than a month ago.
Twice.
And today was a month.
Oh my
Do
gosh.
you know what I mean? Well, it was the 6th, but still,
Yeah.
the last one was a month away. So I saw him in concert, and after seeing him in concert, I joined a couple Monkees Facebook groups,
Oh yeah.
and I have been listening to an audiobook that Michael Nesmith narrates. So
Okay.
anytime I've commuted for the past 3 weeks,
Yeah.
he's been in the car with me.
Oh.
We've been quote unquote chatting,
Yeah.
and so and then watching them more on YouTube because we were getting ready for that show. So
Mhm.
all this I did before he passed away.
Yeah.
And so it's like no wonder why I'm so distraught that he's just passed away, because he's
Yeah.
now in my life. He is now, even now when I listen, I'm sad again
Yeah.
listening to the audiobook because I haven't finished it yet. And it's like,
Oh.
but you're gone.
Yeah.
I'm sad. And I've never been so connected.
Yeah.
I've when Jimmy Stewart, before he passed away, I go, oh, when he passes away, I'm going to be so sad.
Mhm.
I'll take off that day, every day off of work for the rest of my life. Of course, he passed away on July 4th, so it's a holiday, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I still wasn't overwhelmed like I am with Michael Nesmith.
Yeah.
I was really in shock. But but it makes me understand all the people who, when I question, why do they care about a celebrity they don't know?
Right.
I really understand it.
You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I before the show was actually telling Chris that I have a long list of people, not even just most of them are fictional, let's be honest, but I feel very connected to these actors or musicians or whatever for so many reasons. The first one's going to be pretty obvious, and I think a lot of people can guess right now. Yes, Taylor Swift. I started listening to Taylor when I was really little. So she's just always been there. Every phase in my life, every album she's released, every era, it's somehow connected to the phase I was going through in my life. And, I grew up, I'm still growing up, which is going to her concerts, and, all of my friends had to be, at one point in my life, fans of Taylor Swift. Because if they did not like Taylor Swift,
Out of there.
yeah, they were kicked out. But I've softened. I've that wasn't a word. I've softened. Soft. I can't say it. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go.
Okay.
But Taylor is all over the place. She's a writer. She has poetry books. Did we get a comment?
Yes, we have a comment. Mars
Oh no. Hi, Mars.
is shocked about Taylor.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Shocked, yeah.
They also think you're amazing. So
Thanks. But yeah, she's also an actor. She was in several movies that I have watched just because she's in it. And I just grew up with her, and I'm still growing up with her, and I love it. Do you have another person?
no, because I'm still really hung up on Michael Nesmith right now.
Fair.
But I did want to mention, though, so I can add
Mhm.
to what I was saying before, is that a couple of the other things that I did was, oops, you're right about having the wrong screen up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why
It's
isn't
trippy.
it changing? So I had mentioned before in our previous segment about the movie The Wrecking Crew.
Yes.
And why that was really significant is I was reading some information about movies that the Monkees did after the TV show.
Okay.
And I actually went to rent it after he passed away, because I don't own it, so I went to go rent it
Yeah.
from the library. So I checked it out, and I haven't watched it yet, but I will. But I was
Mhm.
reading some information about the movie, because the movie was a box office fail, but it's actually considered a critical success
Okay.
because of some things in this movie. And part of that review I was reading was the fact that the Monkees used to get criticized a lot for not being able to play their own instruments. In fact, when I went to go try out for a McDonald's commercial in the 70s, yeah.
Oh my
Open
gosh.
casting call for McDonald's commercials. And when they said, what is your act that you like? And I said, the Monkees. Mind you, this was like 10, 15 years after they were on TV. So
Okay.
I was really off on the timing for the Monkey fandom.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, yeah, but they don't play their own instruments. That's the criticism they get all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's one of the fascinating things about this documentary is there's this group of session musicians. They called the Wrecking Crew, mostly because the old jazz musicians who were very serious, very focused, thought that they would wreck what they were doing. So they're the Wrecking Crew. But this Wrecking Crew played on everybody's albums. In fact, musicians would show up to do their own music, and they go, we don't need you. Go away. These guys are going to do it. Because with the studio hours,
Mm-hmm.
they could book the Wrecking Crew for 3 hours and get it done. If you had the musicians from the band do it, it could be 3 weeks.
That's
they
so
got the
interesting.
people who knew what they were doing. So it's a really interesting. It's also so dated, and I mean in a good way. Like it's a complete snapshot of that time period.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this the son of one of the session musicians, and I have a hard time saying sessions. That her son did it.
Okay.
To honor his father, but he did all the musicians of the time. So the Wrecking
Wow.
Crew is on HBO Max. If you want to see some really interesting insight to like these bands of the 60s and 70s, like Mamas and Papas use them.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys use them. Like no
Wow.
one criticized the Beach Boys for not being musically talented, but the Monkees got it all the time. So
Oh,
it was
no.
really interesting. So
Yeah.
I'll just add that to my part about Michael Nesmith.
Oh, that's very interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna make this one quick because the list. Kyler Lee, which again, you're probably gonna get another comment here saying, "What? Kyler Lee, really?"
Can I ask who it is?
Yes, she played Lexi Gray on Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
She plays Alex Danvers, Kat Sullivan. She's on Grey's Anatomy, Supergirl, Taxi Brooklyn, Not Another Teen Movie. She's in a lot of stuff. But in Supergirl, I relate very much to her character, Alex Danvers, and kind of her coming out story within the show. And she is a member of the LGBTQ plus community herself in real life. And she advocates again with the can't speaking words. I can't speak. Advocates. I'm giving up. You know what I'm saying. For the community and herself, and she also works with I Don't Mind, which is a mental health foundation, which is connected to Mental Health America. And it's kind of like, I don't mind talking about my mental health. I don't mind, sharing my story, being open. So, I feel like we know each other even though we don't. Because she's always like, I'm reading her stuff, reading her blog on I Don't Mind. She's on TV. I'm listening to her music with her husband. So, yeah, that's another one.
These connections are hard, though. The comment you received was, would have never guessed about Shyler. Is that how you pronounce
Kyler.
it? Kyler. Would have never guessed.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly the same, but I totally fangirled out about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you've ever seen True Blood. It was
No.
a series on HBO. You're too young. trust me.
Okay.
Not now, but at the time.
Okay.
So I was in Ireland, and I took a picture of a couple stores that have the name Murphy with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I took the pictures is because I'm a Murphy. I'm Irish, and
Yeah.
we're Murphys. So I took a couple pictures, posted on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And this actor named Nelson Ellis liked it.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
like so excited, and it was like, why would they like mine? I don't even think I knew how to use hashtags at the time. So of course I have a screenshot of it. And he died 2 weeks later. apparently I should never be connected to famous people in any way whatsoever.
Wow.
They're gonna die soon. Yeah, it was another weird thing where it was like he was then top of mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about him, and within 2 weeks he had passed away.
Oh no. That's not
Yeah.
good.
But it was so it was different. Although I was a fan of his, he was in
Yeah.
True Blood. He was also in Elementary. He was
Okay.
in a few episodes of Elementary too
Okay.
before he passed.
Well, with that in mind.
On that positive note,
Yeah.
is it time for a break?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
And what have we been listening to? Streaming
Oh.
Verse with Nina and Chris. You're listening to WHCM. You're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. This is Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and we will be back after these messages.
Stay tuned for Grey's Anatomy.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead. But you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You just missed your morning alarm and had to skip breakfast. You need an energy boost, and I have just the fix for you. You need to listen to Cross Country, a music show with a little bit of country but a whole lot of variety. Hosted by Ashley N., tune in every Monday at 11 a.m. on WHCM 88.3 FM or harperradio.com to hear your favorite country hits followed by songs of other genres. Even without your morning dose of energy, you will never stay hungry when you listen to Cross Country.
Quick shout out to Ashley for the awesome show she did Monday on Taylor's birthday. I loved it.
Actually, Monday morning on my show, Planet 10 Radio at 7 a.m., I played a bunch of Mike Nesmith music, who is primarily country rock. So I thought I should be hosting Cross Country right now with this show I have going on.
Yeah.
And I also was like, happy birthday, Taylor.
Yes.
Because it was her birthday on Monday.
It was. It was very exciting. All right. Now on to another, I don't necessarily know if this is a positive note, but we are going to talk about the last episode of Grey's Anatomy, which aired last Thursday after our show.
Yes, we are. That was weird. I feel like I just blew out a speaker or something on that one.
No?
Yeah, so, 73 days till Killing Eve.
I'm so excited for that. So excited for Killing Eve.
Because that's going to replace this, so I'm super excited right now.
Me too.
All right, so I just really feel like the writers have given up. Is kind of what I'm thinking right now about Grey's Anatomy. And what happened to Maggie being neurotic? Did she fall in love and she's no longer neurotic? Because if you've noticed, we don't even see her being neurotic anymore. We see her man, and then she shows up. Which,
the funny thing about her disappearing, I don't know why this is bothering me so much today. The mic stand is like...
You're scared.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm not used to being over here. Yeah, she left, which they never really told us why she left until this last episode.
Right.
Because they were like, oh yeah, Maggie's not here. And then when she came back, they were like, oh yeah, her father was sick. And I was like, wow, she seems real upset about her father being ill.
Exactly.
Like, okay. I actually have a positive.
Okay. That's good, because I don't know if I do. Well, I kind of have one, but go ahead.
It might be the same thing. I don't know. Because I know we talked a couple weeks ago about this, how we are watching Grey's Anatomy and they're not really, they have the opportunity to educate us on all of these issues, and they're not. But this past episode, there was a thing before the,
before the this universe is no
Yes.
longer in the pandemic. There was another one, and I forget what
There
it
was another one, and it basically said, for more information on how to use an AED, go to this website. And it was funny to me because we had just talked about that, so I was like, oh, okay, they're doing something, because when that scene was going on, the way that the Rapunzel, I'm just going to call her Rapunzel because
Rapunzel works, yeah, that's what she was.
That's what she was. So she was kind of like, yeah, like, what do I do? She was freaking out. She didn't really know what to do. And she's like, the shock thingy, there's one in the park. And so I was like, okay, I feel like they're trying to
educate.
Give the point of, like, this is an AED. This is what it does. This is how you use it. And so I was really glad that they actually added something at the end.
That is a good point. And I did note, like you said, I did notice that too at the end of the show. And I was like, yes. Although
Finally.
I was disappointed that Rapunzel didn't know how to use it, because they should all be trained in that.
Yeah.
I would think, especially in any amusement park type place,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Disney does it. Like, everyone should be trained, because you're around people all the time. You're around the public.
Yeah.
Or at least, if not trained, point. Like
Right.
AED. Like,
like, this is what it is. This is what it does. Okay, cool.
Right.
Great.
Yeah. What did I have something to say about the fairy tale. I don't know what I wrote. I have a note. I don't even know what I said. But, okay, let's go back to, how is Grace Sloan still functioning? Since no one shows up for work.
No one
either
shows
having
up.
sex in, like, the on-call room or whatever. Or they just don't go to work, and our boyfriends don't even care that we're not seeing our kids.
No. And
Grey's Anatomy, yeah. Do you wonder which scene I'm talking about, or do you know which scene I'm talking about? Where Grey's McNabb, that I'm calling him.
yeah, he was totally like, oh yeah, I don't care. I'm just happy to see you. And I was like, doesn't he have like a kid?
Right. Yes.
What? And then when Meredith finally got back, she took the guy for Bailey, and then, like, not, oh, I'm so excited to go home and see my kids. Nothing of that sorts whatsoever. It just showed her at the hospital, and then like, I was expecting maybe, like, a cute scene of her back home and Zola, like, running up and hugging her, like, oh, I miss you so much. Like, she missed Thanksgiving. Nothing.
They keep having kids on the show, and they keep staying away from the kids, and I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Why are you gonna have the kids for them just to be a conversation topic every so often?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I'm getting, like, just worn down with the whole kid situation. And then Bailey getting upset about the fact that there was no door prize. It's like, aren't you upset that no one is showing up for this?
Yeah.
Like, these people didn't show up for work, ignored their phones. I mean, and Meredith's excuse was actually kind of okay, because I've done that before. I have texted people and not hit send. That has happened. But who else was supposed to be there? So
Maggie's guy,
Meredith, and somebody else was supposed to be. Oh, Link, but he had an emergency. Wait a minute.
No, Link wasn't supposed to be there.
Because Link was off. Owen. And they said Owen had an emergency. She actually said that. That was part of the dialogue. I don't think we saw Owen with an emergency.
Which, by the way, what happened to Farouk? Megan's kid.
Next week.
Next week?
Next week. No, tonight. No, not tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Tonight we're going to see more.
I was like, where? I was getting so into it. And I was like, wow, I'm actually getting into this. Like, I'm not just like, oh, I have to watch this. Great. Like, I was like, this is great. Drama. Why do I like Owen as an uncle? Like, why do I like Teddy as an aunt? What's going on? I like Megan. And then nothing. And I was like, come on.
Yeah. They have way too much happening. They need to, like, trim it down.
So much is going on.
And like I said, Bailey had the wrong argument. Like, she was worried about the door prize versus nobody showing up for work.
Yeah.
It's like, and recruiting is essential. Like, who wants to go to a hospital where no one even who works there wants to show up for work?
No.
But I will say, I'm excited about Joe and Lincoln.
I am too.
And I think that to a degree they're doing a good job with that storyline.
You know,
it's slow, but
it's a slow burn. when I can't remember which one of them mentioned Teddy and Owen, and how I think it was either Joe or Link, but they mentioned it, and then I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be cute. Like, I kind of saw this coming, but like, this is cute. I kind of hoped for it, and then I was like, wait, this is pretty much exactly what happened with Teddy and Owen. They're just reusing storylines.
That's why they're doing a good job with it, because they know how to recycle.
No, that's true.
They can recycle very well.
Yeah.
What's the other note that I had? Oh, Amelia and Kai. Like they.
Oh my God.
But I think it's going way too slow, and I think it's because they're trying to test out the audience. That's my
yes.
opinion.
It's killing me, because I'm like, you just did it with Link, like that, and then Kai comes in, and they're just like, I have to catch a flight, maybe next week, and I'm like, no. No.
It's really weird because we all know it's coming. We all see it. And you wonder, and I don't know how TV works. Do they have test audiences between episodes to test out, like, if people are responding okay to this?
I don't know.
Because it's almost like the series started out the beginning of the season full steam with them, and they put on the brakes 100%. And it's like,
yeah.
Why? And why did it? And again, I said this last week. You know, they only text each other like one time on Thanksgiving Day when she was so smiley. Amelia was so smiley about getting that text.
Oh my God.
Why didn't she respond?
Yeah, literally. Like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Kai, okay, comment from YouTube. Kai and Amelia are endgame, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Facts. Facts. 100%. Yeah.
But let's get this moving.
I know.
And like I said, the only reason I have any criticism on it, normally I probably wouldn't notice it, except for everything else is so full roll steam ahead, and they just seem to like, oh, we don't know if we really want to put our toes in this water.
There could be another thing. It could be a sense of gay panic, which I don't know if you're familiar.
Of the characters or the writers?
No, of the characters. Like, Amelia may be like gay panicking, so she's gonna shove all the feelings down, not think about it, run away, but she's not distancing herself.
But, and I'm with you on that. Like, but they're not writing that into this, which I think they should. Like,
that's true.
I want to see, because the reason she slept with Link was really more gratitude, familiarity and gratitude, not panic.
She was just bored.
Seriously. So, yeah, it wasn't gay panic at all.
No.
I think gay panic would be her more acting stupid, and she's not acting stupid.
No, she's a genius. She figured out the thing. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about. The needle.
I know the thing that they
freezing.
go in depth talking about that isn't real. Okay,
yeah.
Maybe it is, but I don't think so.
See, but if it was real, like, Grey's Anatomy would have cured Parkinson's, so it doesn't. It like can't be real, right?
I know the Monkees became a real band. Maybe Grey's Anatomy can cure Parkinson's.
Could you imagine if, like, 10 years from now, someone credits one of these shows? They're like, they did it. Uh-oh, we're getting another comment.
The comment is Mars, the gayest of gay panic.
The gayest of gay. Yeah, it's the way that in the last scene that they had when Amelia was kind of staring at Kai, and it like lasts a little too long, and I was like, it's happening. Yeah. Like, there's definitely some gay panic going on right there, but she's not showing it.
Not yet. Hopefully they write that in, because I can totally be on board with that, because
yeah.
there should be something. Like, this is a transition. People don't smoothly transition in their lives to anything. No. You know, whether it's from a job or with kids. So she has to have some type of panic. But they're not giving her the scenes to have it. Like, why didn't they go out for a drink or dinner and then have her panic?
Well, not to mention, too, it's Amelia. She's panicking about everything.
Right.
She should be panicking. It's, like, not her character not to be panicking. I don't know if that made any sense, but...
and she normally talks it out, even if she was talking it out with her baby. I mean...
Yeah. She just talks out loud.
Right. Just talk out loud, and you could do it a scene like talking to your child about it, because that's perfectly acceptable. We've all talked to our babies when they have no idea what they're saying. But that's
what Joe was doing.
Yeah, right. See, they wrote it for Joe, but not for Amelia.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So hopefully it picks up, but either way, it doesn't matter, because in 73 days it's Killing Eve.
Killing Eve. I'm so excited.
And you were listening to Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris here on WHCM. We're always online at harperradio.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at streaming_verse. I always have to remember it's 2 words.
Underscore.
Streaming_verse.
Okay, I don't know why I whispered that, because you could totally hear it in the microphone as well.
Plus, you can just tell everybody,
hey. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Let's be real. The past year has been extremely interesting, to say the least. But now that it's finally getting better, and we're actually allowed to go out in the woods again, it's important to remember that we need to take care of those woods. Otherwise, there's no biking, no hiking, no fishing, you know. To learn more or to figure out how to volunteer, check out the forest preserves of Cook County at www.fpdcc.com.
Hey folks, this is Jake from Jake Joyce's Wide World of Sounds. They say that death comes in threes. Well, now my show comes in threes as well. That's right. You can catch it every Monday night at 7 p.m., every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m., and every Friday morning at 7 a.m. Only at Harper College Radio, WHCM 88.3 FM, harperradio.com. See you then, pal.
Oh.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
It's always chaos when I'm over here.
Well, I just checked my messages, and I have not heard back from my brother yet.
Oh.
So we are discussing having our trivia show, so we're reaching out to our siblings to see if they will join us in a Christmas trivia show. So if my brother ends up hearing this before he reads my message, which is entirely possible, let us know.
Well, I know for a fact that Deegan has been inviting himself on the show for a couple weeks now, so he'll be ready. Yeah, he's good. He'll be fine.
No need to invite him.
No, he's already invited himself.
Yeah, so we've got... Next week we're still going to have a show?
Yeah?
Great. It'll be the eve of Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Right. So we should do something fun. Maybe talk about more about Christmas movies.
Yeah.
We don't have the trivia game up yet. We don't. Hopefully by the next week we'll have that done.
Yeah. I'm very excited about the trivia.
It'll be fun as long as we can get this worked out.
Yeah, right? I'm signaling to nothing.
No, we can end the show now. We'll start wrapping it up over there if you want.
Okay. All right. Oh no, I'm indecisive. All right, you are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. You were just listening to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina, and if you missed us, you can watch it in a couple hours on YouTube, Harper Radio. You can, you can tweet at us at streaming_verse. Tell us what you'd like to hear. That's all I got.
That's enough.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, have a great evening, and if you're still studying for finals, good luck.